Hello again. Welcome back. Welcome to a new class, to class number 181 with the picture of Darling Carly. Yes, class 181. We have 15 classes left, starting now. Camera 1, review of class 180, please. All right, do you know what time it is? No, I don't know what time it is. What time is it? It's 11:25, for example. It depends. Do you know what? Do you know what a platypus duck is? A what? Do you know what a platypus duck is? It's a duck. Un pato, yes, it's a duck. But do you know what a platypus duck is? No, I don't know what a platypus duck is. What's a platypus duck? It's a strange type of duck in Australia, only found in Australia. Now, do you know what a koala is? Yes, I know what a koala is. Well, what's a koala? It's similar to a little bear that climbs trees, especially eucalyptus trees, in Australia. Very good. Very good. Now, do you know what a coyote is? Yes, I know what a coyote is. Un coyote. Yes, I know what a coyote is. Oh, what's a coyote? What's a small wolf in the southwest of the United States and the north of Mexico, okay? Okay, very good. Coyotes. Coyote. Okay. Do you know what a roadrunner is? No. You don't? Don't you know? No sabes. Don't you know what a roadrunner is? A roadrunner, corredor de carretera. A corre caminos. Yes. Roadrunner. Beep, beep, beep. Do you know what a roadrunner is? Yes. I know what the roadrunner is in the cartoons. Yes, but in Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, you have roadrunners. It's true. And in Nevada, I've seen 2 or 3 roadrunners in my life. Do they really exist? Yes. You go to internet and put roadrunner, todo junto, road runner, o separado da igual, and boom, and you have pictures of roadrunners. Yeah. They are exactly the same as the roadrunners in the cartoon, okay? The coyote and the roadrunner, okay? Now, do you know what? Do you know what, okay, the capital of Texas is? Yes, I do. I know what the capital of Texas is. Good. What is it? Dallas. No, it's not. No, I'm sorry. The capital of Texas is Austin. Austin, yes, Austin. Yes. Several years ago, I remember an article in the Spanish newspaper talking about Texas. And the Spanish journalist put la capital, Dallas, la capital de Texas. And, oh my God. No hizo su homework, okay? He wrote the article, y esto ya vale. And he did investigate, okay? So, do you know what the capital of the Netherlands is? Yes, I do. Good. What is it? The Hague. La Haya, no? No, it's not. The capital of the Netherlands isn't The Hague. Well, what is the capital of the Netherlands? Amsterdam is the capital. No, it's not. The Hague is the capital. No. Amsterdam is the capital, but The Hague is the seat of government. Seat, asiento, seat escrito. The seat of government is sede de gobierno. The Hague is the seat of government, but the capital is Amsterdam. Okay? Do you know what the capital, do you know what the capital of Germany is? Yes, I do. Yes, I know what the capital of Germany is. Fijaos cómo estoy poniendo is al final en estas cosas. Porque la pregunta es, do you know? Ahí está la pregunta con verbo auxiliar. Do you know? Luego el verbo siempre va después del sujeto, si no es una pregunta directa. Ahora, si es una pregunta directa, what is the capital of Germany? The capital of Germany is Berlin. Okay. Do you know what the capital of Slovakia is? No, I don't. I don't know what the capital of Slovakia is. Well, ask me. What's the capital of Slovakia? The capital of Slovakia is Bratislava. Okay? Bratislava. Have you ever heard of Bratislava? Yes, it rings a bell, Miss Juana. It rings, ding, 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 ding. Toco una campanita. It rings a bell. Yeah, me suena familiar. It sounds familiar. It sounds familiar. It rings a bell. All right. Now, do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what a plateau is? Yes, I know what a plateau is. It's a television studio. Do you know what a chimney is? Yes, I know what a chimney is. It's for smoke, for channeling, canalizar, to channel smoke up, to go up. Smoke rises, so you need a chimney to channel it properly. Oh, good. Now, do you know what Barack Obama does on the weekends? No, I don't know what he does on the weekends. Do you know what I do on the weekends? Fijaos cómo estoy ordenando la frase sintácticamente. ¿Sabes lo que yo hago los fines de semana? Do you know what I do on the weekends? No, I don't know what you do on the weekends. Well, ask me, what do you do on the weekends? Me? R and R. Sorry? R and R? Yes, R-Y-R. R and R. What does R and R mean? Rest and recuperation. Rest and recuperation. That's what I do on the weekends. Do you know what I do before going to bed? No, I don't know what you do before going to bed. What do you do before going to bed? I read a few articles from a magazine. That's what I do before going to bed. Do you know what I do? Do you know what I do when I get up? Yes, I know what you do when you get up. You have a coffee. That's right. And do you know what I'm going to do now? No, I don't know what you're going to do now. Well, now I'm going to say, see you in a few minutes.
Hello everyone, my name is Layla. Today we're going to do a review class and my student today is Esther. Esther, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Layla. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thank you very much. Do you know where George Clooney lives?
No, I don't know where George Clooney lives.
I'm joking. She's a George Clooney fan. Well, so am I. Who isn't, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go. So we're doing, do you know plus what, plus subject, plus verb. Okay, that's the first part. And all the questions have to be answered in the negative form. Okay?
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, good. At home, are you ready to go? Okay, remember that I want you practicing out loud as many times as possible. Okay? Let's go. Do you know what my brother studied?
No, I don't know where your brother studied.
What?
What your brother studied.
Okay, so one more time.
No, I don't know what your brother studied.
Okay, good. What doesn't she know? ¿Qué no sabe ella? She doesn't know where my brother studied. Okay, good. Do you know what my brother had for dinner?
No, I don't know what your brother had for dinner.
Okay, good. What doesn't she know? She doesn't know what my brother had for dinner. Okay, so remember we always use the verb have. We can't say dinner by itself. Have dinner, have breakfast, have lunch. Okay? Do you know what my brother told me last night?
No, I don't know what your brother told you last night.
Okay, good. Very good. Well done. Okay. What doesn't she know? She doesn't know what my brother told me last night. Okay? Good. Do you know what my sister wanted?
No, I don't know what your sister wanted.
Okay. What doesn't she know? She doesn't know what my sister wanted. Do you know what George Clooney likes to eat?
No, I don't know what George Clooney likes to eat.
Okay, good. Do you or do you not?
No, really,
No.
I don't know.
Okay, so this one is for real.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to know what George Clooney likes to eat?
No, I'm not interested.
Interested? And what is the preposition?
In.
Good girl. Okay, very good. It's always interested. So the adjective interested is always followed by the preposition in. Interested in, okay? So she's not interested in knowing what George Clooney likes to eat.
Yes.
Okay? Do you know what my brother read last night?
No, I don't know what your brother read last night.
Good, okay? What doesn't she know? She doesn't know what my brother, the verb read in the past?
Read?
Good. She doesn't know what my brother read last night. Okay? Wow, you're doing a great job, Esther.
Thank you.
Yeah, at home you're doing a great job as well, right? And you're repeating out loud? Okay, so let's go on to the second part of the review. Now, these are all things that have to do, que tienen que ver, to have to do with books. Okay?
Okay.
So I'll just give you a sentence in Spanish and you have to translate it for me into English.
Mhm.
All right? You ready?
Yes.
Okay, at home, are you ready? Okay, let's go. La palabra circo está en la página 6.
The word circus is in the page.
Okay, wait, hold on. Stop right there. So, in this case, we say on.
On.
Okay, on, because it's like, let's say that it's on the page, right?
Yes.
We say that, for example, if this is a book and there's something inside, like the paper, if I say el papel está en el libro, the paper is in the book, right? Because it's inside. But if we're talking about a page, we say on. Okay?
Yes.
So, but don't worry, this is why we're doing this,
Yes.
right? Okay, so remember, it's always on page and then the number. Okay, so one more time.
The word circus is on page 6.
Exactly. Okay, now she did a fantastic job, but a lot of people make the mistake of saying on the page 6. Never. Okay? If we have a noun, page in this case, and then a number, we don't say the. Okay? So the word circus is on
Page 6.
Good, okay. Ese dicho está en el capítulo 2. Do you know how to say dicho in English? Ask
Adele?
me.
How do you say dicho in English?
Saying.
Saying.
Saying. Okay, so ese dicho está en el capítulo 2 o en el segundo capítulo.
That saying is on chapter.
Okay, now be careful here. It's not a page, it's an actual chapter.
Okay.
And a chapter has more pages, right? It doesn't just have one. So in this case, we use in. One more time.
That saying is in chapter 6, in chapter 2.
Exactly. Okay, so that saying is in, remember, in chapter 2. Okay? Where is it?
In chapter 2.
Okay, good. All right. Este libro tiene 12 capítulos.
That book has 12 chapters.
Chapters, good. Okay, so be careful because a lot of people say chapters for TV series and that's episodes. Okay? All right, well done. One last thing. How do you say dicho?
Saying.
Fantastic. So that's all the time we have for today. Really well done. At home, I hope you did a great job as well, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.
All right, welcome back. The verb to drive. To drive is conducir. To drive. And you use the verb conducir in Spanish too. But normally you use the verb ir or venir. Siempre voy en coche, vine en coche. But in English, we normally don't say to go and to come by car. We normally say to drive. Okay? I drive here every day. I don't take a taxi. I don't walk here. I drive here. Okay? And I change from one camera to another when Maria indicates. So let's change now. Okay? So, normally in Spanish, when you speak of locomoción, utilizáis ir, venir, más el modo, o sea, la forma de locomoción. Voy en coche, siempre voy en coche, voy en taxi, voy andando, siempre vengo aquí andando, vengo a pie, voy a pie, usando voy, vengo, etc. En inglés utilizamos el verbo de locomoción. Conduzco aquí todos los días, ando aquí todos los días. ¿Vengo aquí a nado? No, nado hasta aquí. Si viniera aquí a nado, I swim here every day. We go in English directly to the movement verb. Of course, there are many movement verbs. To walk, to run, to skip, dando saltitos, to skip, to drive, to fly, to, I can't think, to crawl, agatas, to crawl, okay? So, para venir aquí al estudio, I can say, sometimes I drive here. Other times I walk here. From time to time I run here. And if I'm tired, I crawl here. And when there's a lot of rain, I swim here. Okay, so vengo a nado, vengo arrastrándome, vengo, o sea, vengo a gatas, vengo andando, etc. You use vengo or voy. In English, no, I drive. Every day I drive to work. I don't walk to work. I live too far away from my office to walk to work. I could run to work, no problem. It's a good idea. I would like, it would be fantastic to run to work, but I would need a ducha, a shower in my office, and I don't have a shower in my office, and a wardrobe with clothes, so I don't run to work. I don't jog to work. No voy al trabajo haciendo footing. I don't jog to work. I drive to work. I drive to work. And I don't fly to work. Some people fly to work every day. This is true. Some people live in Maine and they work in New York City and they fly to work every day on a private jet. And some people live in Connecticut or in Rhode Island and they fly to New York City. They fly to work on a helicopter and land on top of the building and they work as the chairman or the president of the company and they fly to work. Se van al trabajo en helicóptero o en avión privado. They fly to work. Me, I don't fly to work. I drive to work. And yesterday I drove to work. Yesterday I drove to work. Last year I drove to work. I've been driving to work all my life. Starting in 1978, when I bought my first car in Spain, a Simca 1200, I started driving to work. I drove to work every day in the 80s. I drove to work every day in the 90s. And I drove to work every day in the first 9 years of this decade. And I continue to drive to work. I prefer to drive to work. I leave home very early. So I drive to work when there isn't much traffic. Me niego. I refuse to drive to work when there's a lot of traffic. So I always start my working day, or I organize my working day to start at 7:30 or before, because I refuse. Escrito refuse, que yo me niego. I refuse to spend a lot of time in traffic. So, I choose to start early. It's possible for me. Maybe it's not possible for you. But maybe it is. It's controlling your circumstances. Drive, drove, driven. Every day I drive. Yesterday I drove. Yesterday, first I drove to my office. I parked under my office and I went to the gym. I did some exercises in the gym and then I walked to my office. I spent about 10 minutes in my office And then I went down to my car and drove to a meeting in another company. I parked under that building where the meeting took place. And after the meeting, I drove back to my office. And after about 1 hour, I drove to a restaurant not far from here. I drove to a restaurant not far from here. Okay? And I had lunch. I had a business lunch. It lasted almost 2 hours. And then after the lunch, I drove here. And I parked outside in front of this building. And then I spent 3 hours here giving the beginners, intermediate, and advanced sessions. And then I drove home. No, yesterday, no. I drove to my office. I drove to my office. And I spent about 30 minutes finishing some reports. And then I drove home. I drove home. Okay. Estoy usando el verbo to drive como si fuera el verbo ir o venir. Vine aquí, luego fui a la oficina, luego al final fui a casa. Claro, en español es explícito. Ya sabemos que lo hice todo en coche, porque ya se estableció en el principio que salí de casa en coche, o sea, fui al trabajo en coche. Entonces ya, y luego fui y entendemos en coche. Pero en inglés también lo entendemos, pero aún así utilizamos los verbos de locomoción, de desplazamiento, específicos para nuestros movimientos rutinarios. En vez de usar go, come, drive, walk, run, fly. Ayer fui a París. Yesterday I flew. Solemos ir directamente al verbo de locomoción. Yesterday I flew to Paris. Okay. Oh, I flew to Paris. Yesterday I walked to the office. Yesterday I drove to the office. I drove. Y se usó muchísimo así. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay. In this segment, myself and the other teacher, we're talking about the verb to drive, como ir, desplazarse en coche, to drive, de un sitio a otro. To drive all over. Me desplacé por todo Madrid en coche ayer. I drove all over Madrid yesterday. And 2 weeks ago, I drove all over Barcelona. And last month, I drove all over Valencia, etc. To drive also is llevar. To llevar al aeropuerto, entendiendo en mi coche. I'll drive you to the airport. I'll take you. If you take somebody someplace by car, in your car, you say, I'll drive you there. Monta, súbete. I'll drive you there. I'll drive you to the airport. Yes. And this morning I drove Maria to here, to this studio. Okay. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about the verb to drive. And I'm here today with Esther. Esther, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Kyle.
Good. And Esther, are you ready to talk about this verb? This verb to drive, right? Conducir, to drive. Now, we have the V sound. The V, the very good V. Did we talk about the V before? The V?
Yes.
The V. What's the secret to pronouncing the V?
Similar to F?
Yes, it's similar to an F. It's like the sister of the F. But we take the F and then we add the vocal cords and we have a very good V, right? Very good V. Victory in Valencia. Right? V. So it's an F that is voiced with the vocal cords. And then we have the perfect English V. The F, the V is friends with the F, but the V is not friends with the B. It's a very different sound, right? So V, think of it like an F, voiced with the vocal cords, okay?
Yes.
Every day I drive. Yesterday I
Drove.
drove. Did you drive to the studio today?
No, I didn't drive to the studio today.
Did I drive to the studio today?
No, you didn't drive to the studio today.
Did you drive here last week?
No, I didn't drive here last week.
Did I drive here last week?
No, you didn't drive here last week.
We didn't drive here last week. We didn't drive here today, and we didn't drive here last week, did we?
No.
No, we didn't. Okay. Did you drive a bus last week, Esther? A bus?
No, I didn't drive a bus last week.
Did you drive a car last week?
Yes, I drove a car last week.
She drove a car last week. Did you drive a car last week? Yes, I drove a car last week. Did you drive a bus last week? A bus? No? No, I didn't drive a bus last week. Ask me if I drove a bus last week.
Did you drive a bus last week?
Right. Now, what do you want to know?
I want to know if you drove a bus last week.
I want to know if you drove a bus last week. No. No, I didn't drive a bus last week. Ask me if I drove a limousine last week. Kyle, did you drive a limousine last week? No, I didn't. No. No. Do you drive a car?
Yes, I drove a car.
But do you drive a car?
Yes, I drive a car.
Yeah. Do you drive you don't drive a Ford, do you?
No, I don't drive a Ford.
Do you drive a Volvo? Do you drive a Volvo? Volvo?
No, I don't drive a Volvo.
Volvo. Do you drive a Volvo? No. Do you drive a Chevrolet?
Yes, I drive a Chevrolet.
Okay. She drives a Chevrolet. Okay. So to drive. Ask me if I know how to drive a motorcycle.
Do you know how to drive a motorcycle?
How, right? Do you know how to drive a motorcycle? No, I don't. I don't know how to drive a motorcycle. Do you know how to drive a motorcycle?
No, I don't know how to drive.
How?
I don't know how to drive a motorcycle.
No. Did you drive a motorcycle last year?
No, I didn't drive a motorcycle last year.
Ask me if I drove a motorcycle last year.
Did you drive a motorcycle last year?
Yes, I did. So we have a problem, right? The problem is I don't know how to drive a motorcycle, but I drove one. So it was very dangerous. It was not a good idea. I almost had an accident. Yes. Is your friend a good driver? Think of one friend. Is your friend a good driver?
Yes, she is a very good driver.
Does she drive fast?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't drive fast.
Ask me if my father drives fast.
Does your father drive fast?
Good. Ask me that question, just like Esther. Kyle, does your father drive fast? No, he doesn't. He doesn't drive very fast. No. Ask me if I drive trucks.
Do you drive trucks?
No, not usually. Ask me if I drove a truck last year.
Did you drive a truck last year?
Yes, I did. I drove a truck. In Canada, I drove a truck, a big truck. Yes. But there's much less traffic in my hometown. So it's easier to drive trucks. Do you like driving in traffic?
No, I don't like driving in traffic.
Did you drive in traffic last week?
Yes, I drove in traffic last week.
Yeah. Ask me if I drove in traffic last week.
Did you drive in traffic last week?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't drive in traffic last week. Did you drive in traffic last week? Yes, I drove in traffic last week. Yes, but I hate traffic. Heavy traffic. And then when you have, we say heavy traffic. Heavy, there are a lot of cars. And then finally you have un atasco. which is and everybody knows this. All my students know this. It's a what?
A traffic jam.
A traffic jam. Yeah. So a traffic jam, not yam, jam. A traffic jam, right? Is when the traffic is very, very heavy and everything stops. But we can say the traffic is heavy, but it's not a traffic jam yet. I'm on my phone, I'm talking, Kyle, how's the traffic? Well, it's very heavy. And then finally, one moment, there's a traffic jam at the intersection, right? Where the roads cross, the semaforo, right? Mm-hmm. The intersection, yeah. Okay. Do I drive you crazy, Esther?
No, you don't drive me crazy.
No. So we also use the verb, to drive someone crazy. Does English drive you crazy sometimes?
Yes, sometimes. It drives me crazy.
It drives me crazy. Ask me if teaching these classes drives me crazy.
Teaching this class does teaching this class drive you crazy?
Okay, or this class. Okay, Kyle, does teaching this class drive you crazy? No, I like it. I enjoy it. Okay, today I drive. Yesterday I drove. Right? Great job, Esther.
Thank you, Kai.
Thank you very much to you at home. Good job. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, welcome back. Do you know where I drove after this class yesterday? No, I don't know where you drove after this class yesterday. Where did you drive? I drove to my office. Yeah. And do you know what I did in my office? No, I don't know what you did. What did you do? I answered some emails. All right. Let's change to camera 1 and continue. Practicing again these expressions. Do you know what? Do you know where? Do you know why? Do you know how, who, etc.? Please, camera 1. Okay, now, do you know what I did after leaving home this morning? No, I don't know what you did. What did you do? I walked to my car. Yeah, and do you know what I did when I reached my car? No, I don't know what you did when you reached your car. What did you do? I started my car. All right. And do you know what I did last night before going to bed? No, I don't know what you did last night before going to bed. What did you do? I read. You read. Yes. Do you know what I read? Nope. I have no idea. I have no idea what you read. I don't know what you read, Richard. What did you read? I read an article in a magazine. Yeah. Do you know what magazine I read last night? How am I supposed to know? Of course, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what magazine you read last night. What magazine did you read? I read an English magazine called The Economist. Ask me how many articles I read. Well, you said you read one. Yes, but it's not true. Ask me how many articles I read. How many articles did you read? I read 3 articles. Ask me what? Well, do you know what the first article was about? How am I supposed to know that? Of course, I don't know what the first article was about. Well, ask me. What was the first article about? The first article was about the Japanese economy. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, good. Yes. Now, do you know what the second article was about? I have no idea. Nope, Richard, I don't know what the second article was about? What was it about? The second article? Yes. What was the second article about? It was about the coffee business in Colombia and Panama. The coffee business. Are you interested in the coffee business? Me, personally? No. But I'm interested in the economic situation in Colombia and Panama. I need to stay in contact with the economic situation in every country in the world. I need to know these things. So I read the article. It was interesting. Do you know what the third article was about? No, I don't know what the third article was about. What was the third article about? The third article was about a book, a new novel published in the United States that is very, very popular now. It's a detective novel and a mystery story. Yeah. Yes, that's what the third article was about. And do you know what time it was when I turned off the light? Do you know what time it was? ¿Sabes qué hora era? Do you know what time it was when I turned off the light on the night table or the bedside table? O sea, the night table or the bedside table? Yes, the little table next to your bed has two names. The bedside, o sea, al lado de la cama, bedside table, eso digo yo, Nora, and the night table. Both are correct. Now, do you know what time it was? Do you know what time it was? Yeah, when I turned off the light on the bedside table. No, Richard, I have no idea. I don't know what time it was when you turned off the light on the bedside table. Well, ask me. Encima. Richard, what time was it? Fijaos que aquí, was it? Antes con do you know is, do you know what time it was? Recordad que nunca formamos interrogativos, sino es una pregunta directa. Y la pregunta directa en este caso es do you know? Estoy pidiendo si sabes. No estoy pidiendo qué hora era. Ahora sí, en el último sí. What time was it? Se pone was delante en este caso porque es directa. What time was it when you turned off? Turned off. Por cierto, Richard, ¿qué significa doff? Doff no significa nada. Es la última letra de turned que se enlaza con la O de off. Y realmente lo acompaña más a off que a turn. Turned off. Okay, it's clear. Phonetics. What time was it when you turned off the light on the bedside table or the night table? Que bien, digo los dos. It was 20 minutes to 12. 20 minutes to midnight. It was 11:40 when I turned off the light on the bedside table. Okay? Ask me what time it was when I got home last night. Well, what time was it when you got home last night? I don't remember what time it was. I don't remember what time it was when I got home last night. I think it was 5 minutes past 9. It was 5 minutes past 9. Do you know what I did when I got home? No, I don't know what you did when you got home. Well, ask me what I did. Ask me what I did. Pregúntame qué es lo que yo hice. Lo mismo en español. Ask me what I did when I got home. Richard, what did you do when you got home last night? I said, darling, I'm home. That's what I said. And now I say, it's time for a break for me, but not for you. I'll be back.
Hello everyone, I'm Natasha, your teacher, and today I'm here with a student you all know. Her name is Pilar. How are you, Pilar?
Fine, thank you. And you, Natasha?
I'm great. Everyone knows you as an English student now.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so what did you do today to improve? ¿Qué has hecho hoy?
Today I listened an easy book.
You read.
Yes, I read an easy book.
That's good. It's very good to read easy books. Es muy bueno leer libros con frases simples, ¿ok? Porque así os vais a quedar con esas frases que son muy necesarias, ¿ok? Las frases simples al final son las que más usamos, ¿ok? So very good. Okay, at home, as you know, we're going to learn our 5 words of the day, ¿ok? We're going to say them out loud, en voz alta, ¿ok? And listen to my pronunciation and try to imitate it, okay? Are you ready? Yes? Okay, the first word. The first word is compacto. How do we say this? Compacto. Very good. Compact, okay? Compact, okay? With the accent at the beginning. Compact. One more time. Very good. Pilar, your turn.
Compact.
Very good, very good. Nothing to correct there, okay? The next one is despierto. How do we say this? Very good. Awake. Awake, okay? Despertar a alguien o despertarse is to wake up, okay? Pero despierto is awake. Awake. One more time. Very, very good. Pilar, your turn.
Awake.
Perfect. Perfect pronunciation today, huh? Okay, the next one is amplio. How do we say amplio? Very good. Broad. Broad, okay? Y esa vocal la tenemos que alargar, okay? Broad. One more time. Very good. Pilar, your turn.
Broad.
Very good. Broad.
Broad.
Very good, okay? Tenemos que alargar esa O, okay? The next one is aceptable. How do we say this? Very good. Acceptable, okay? Mucho cuidado. Es acceptable. Acceptable. One more time. Very good. Pilar, your turn.
Acceptable.
Very good. You've studied your vocabulary today, haven't you?
I'm trying to copy you.
Okay, very good. Well, you're copying very well.
Okay.
And then the last one is brasileño. How do we say this? Very good. Brazilian. Brazilian. Careful with that Z, okay? It's like a little B, okay? Brazilian. Moving your vocal cords. One more time. Very good. Brazilian, okay? With an accent on the I. Pilar.
Brazilian.
Very good. One more time.
Brazilian.
Perfect. Very, very good. I'm very proud of you at home. I'm very proud of Pilar. I'm proud of everyone, okay? All right, let's start with the grammar point of the day, okay? We're going to see, do you know what, okay? Do you know what is on the table, for example, okay? Do you know what, okay? Which is an indirect question, okay? So remember, acordaros que ya estamos haciendo la pregunta con do y no tenemos que hacer la pregunta 2 veces, que el resto de la frase tiene un orden afirmativo. Okay? Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, ask me if I know what my neighbor read last month.
Do you know what did your neighbor?
Aquí está el truco y donde mucha gente se confunde, okay? Do you know, ya estamos haciendo la pregunta con do, por lo tanto no tenemos que agregar ningún otro auxiliar, como did, por ejemplo. Okay?
Okay.
Entonces, después, do you know what, viene el sujeto. Your neighbor read, el verbo, last month, okay? Your neighbor read last month, sujeto, verbo y después todo lo demás, pero en orden afirmativo, okay? Do you know what your neighbor read last month? Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so one more time. Ask me if I know what my neighbor read last month.
Do you know what your neighbor read last month?
Very good, okay? Do you know what your neighbor read last month? Very good. Okay, the next one is for you at home. Ask me if I know what appears on the front cover of the magazine. Ask me if I know what appears on the front cover of the magazine. Very good. Do you know what appears on the front cover of the magazine? What is the front cover of the magazine, Pilar?
En la portada.
Very good, okay? The front cover of a magazine. Okay, the next one. Ask me if I know what you like.
Do you know what I like?
Very good, okay? Do you know what I like? Aquí se ve claramente, okay? No es Ask, do you know what do I like? No, porque ya estamos haciendo la pregunta con do al principio. Entonces, do you know what, sujeto, I, verbo, like? Do you know what I like? Okay, very good, Pilar. The next one is for you as well, okay?
Okay.
Ask me if I know what he's trying to say.
Do you know what he's trying to say?
Very good, okay? Do you know what he's trying to say? At home, repeat. Very good. Do you know what he's trying to say? What plus the subject, he, and then the verb. He is trying to say. Okay, the next one is for you at home, okay? Ask me if I know what our clients think about the product. Ask me if I know what our clients think about the product. Very good. Do you know what our clients think about the product? Pilar, can you repeat this?
Do you know what our clients think about our product?
Very good, very good. The next one, okay? Ask me if I know what I want to order.
Do you know what you want to order?
Very good. What does that mean?
¿Qué quieres pedir?
And the whole thing? ¿Sabes?
¿Sabes lo que quiero pedir?
Lo que quieres
Lo que
pedir.
quiere pedir.
Very good. En un restaurante, por ejemplo, okay? So, do you know what you want to order? Otra vez, muy claro aquí, ¿ok? No tenemos que decir, what do you want to order, ¿ok? Porque ya, como he dicho, estamos haciendo la pregunta con el do al principio. Y todo el resto de la frase tiene que ser afirmativo. Entonces, do you know what you want to order? Very good, Pilar. The next one is for you at home, ¿ok? Ask me if I know what that word means. Ask me if I know what that word means. Very good. Do you know what that word means? Do you know what that word means? Pilar, can you repeat this?
Do you know what that word means?
Very good. Do you know what that word means? ¿Sabes lo que significa esa palabra? Very good. The next one, okay? Ask me if I know what I'm doing.
Do you know what you're doing?
Very good. I hope so. Yes, I think I know what I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Okay, the next one is for you at home, okay? Ask me if I know what John chose. Ask me if I know what John chose. Let's ask Pilar what this means.
I don't know.
No? What is to choose?
Ah, elegir.
Elegir. Y en el pasado, ¿cómo es?
Chose.
Chosen, okay? So ask me if I know what John chose. Es un tongue twister. What's a tongue twister? Un trabalenguas,
yes.
okay? Do you know what John chose? Okay, let's see if Pilar can repeat this.
Do you know what John chose?
It's a tongue twister, but very good. Thank you very much, Pilar.
Thank
and
you.
thank you at home, okay? Remember to study, to practice, and to review everything. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Okay. Congratulations once again, una vez más. Congratulations once again on finishing successfully another class. More specifically, class number 181. Right, Maria? Right. Okay. Me dijo otra cosa antes. All right. There's confusion in el plateau. I'm going to write a book, una novela. Confusión en el plateau. Okay, is the name of it. But this means that we have only 14 classes left. So congratulations. We have only, también puedo decir we only have, only antes o después del auxiliar, perdón, del verbo. We have only 14 classes left. We have only 14 classes left, but you have a lot of effort left in this program, and in the intermediate and the advanced, a lot of work. So, congratulations, yes, but remember, there's a lot of work.